Let's do one more. Do another clap for me.
I think it's time to check it out.
You got a point when you say check it out.
Check it out.
Alright, let's do a pause on that.
Hello, welcome to Check It Out. I'm Stuart. This is Evan and Isaiah. And today, what are we checking out today?
Ray Harryhausen. He is a
Good pick.
master stop motion animator doing visual effects with stop motion animation. He did some puppetry and some other things.
People might not be familiar with his name, but I almost guarantee that you've seen his work.
Even though the compositing isn't on the same technical level, there's a believability, like you sell yourself to the idea.
Yeah.
Let's check out some of his work.
Man, old school makeup artists too.
It's like the holistic approach where it is like theater.
His dad was a machinist, so he actually built a lot of the stuff, and his grandma helped him do the puppets, their clothes.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
I didn't realize that either.
It's a fan, because you wondered how things like ball and socket armatures and all this different stuff, that who was the first one was like, I know what to do. I'm gonna get a bunch of steel together
He was
and drill holes in it and solder it together.
Right.
Yeah, he was very involved in the entire process.
When he impales the axe into the...
Yeah.
What do they call the statue at the end of a ship? A masthead
No,
or...
it's not the masthead.
I'd imagine the masthead would be on the top of the mast.
Yeah.
That might make sense, but I'm not nautically engaged in a visual, so we'll just... The animated statue essentially was live action all the way up until the very end, and then he would cut that one frame out, and then he would have a little axe that he would splice in on his own and just impale it directly in. So just being precise, like you said, simple techniques done very masterfully.
Yeah.
So many arms.
There's so much detail in his stop motion work, because he's shooting at 24 frames a second, and he uses the whole gamut of very slow animation and also quick actions very, very well.
I'm sure we can put a picture up of a surface gauge. That's more or less all they had. That's basically a little thing with a little pin. You take your picture with it away, and then you put it back, and then you move your hand so that you know, oh, that's the space that I've moved this hand.
So that shot was the classic divergence in depth. Just faking the size difference there.
But he understood weight dynamics too, and like how to make something animate so it feels very, very heavy, because that was a giant sculpture made out of metal.
Oh, here's the skeleton fight scene.
Oh yeah. There's so many very specific contact
Like
points.
that, like when he swings the spear around with the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, if you look close, you can see that it's green screen. Like, you can see like the math. Like it's
math's
not
off a
like
little
he
bit,
didn't have the tools we have now,
Yeah.
but the bones of it all, really, really good.
Legit.
There are points where he does bring in real animals into scenes, like a real lizard is composited into a scene. So he's mixing all these different forms together.
Right.
Including the inverse, where he'll have a puppet and then he'll cut the live action at just a particular moment when there's high speed or high interaction, and then he'll splice in his own model of the actor.
Like, look at his shadows, though. That's one of those things that really helps marry what you're compositing in and the actual scene together, is getting the lighting right and the shadows right. And he is also a master of that. Really makes these things work.
Some blue-eyed cavemen.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, I mean, some of these, like watching these now too, they just make you feel like a kid, because you're like, I used to play with critters like that. Like,
There's that point when you're a kid and like you haven't even considered that someone makes the things that you're seeing on screen. It's all a big magic trick.
oh man, they just got him in the eye with fire. That hurt to watch.
Poor Cyclops.
Here we go.
He was just kind of chilling on his island, just living his life, and then
Classic monster story. They just like take him down any chance they get. Look at that.
just really gives it to him. I almost wish they had reference of Ray acting out the motions, because he's just in his studio, just going through all this motion live.
Any good animator has a giant mirror by their desk where they act everything out. They watch themselves. I guess now we use cameras or iPhones and shoot video reference of ourselves.
I think every animator has that trove of footage that he has that's just doing really stupid things to be like, what does happen when someone slips? I want this banana peel slip to be perfect. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We want to do a lot more of these. We have a lot more that are planned.
Yeah, if you have something you want us to review or talk about or check out, send it to us and we'll check it out.
Email me.
Yeah, email.
Evan@otherbird.com.